is here. The first week of November. The calendar page has turned, and all of a sudden, the air feels different. In Lisbon, it finally feels like summer is over. The air is buzzing. It's almost electric. It's that feeling of a new notebook, a sharp pencil, a fresh start. And it's also terrifying because it's not just a new notebook. If you've taken on a book in a month challenge, there's a 50,000 word mountain in front of you. If you're feeling that strange cocktail of emotions right now, that adrenaline-laced, caffeine-fueled excitement mixed with a cold, heavy dread in the pit of your stomach, congratulations, you're a writer, and you are right on time. Hello, fellow storytellers. I'm Mark Graham, and this is The Mindful Storyteller, the channel where we explore intentional, transformative storycraft. All this month, we're focused on what it takes to write a book in a month. Because while NaNoWriMo may be no more, the need for thoughtful, inspired stories is greater than ever. And having the audacity, the courage to tackle drafting an entire book in just 30 days is something to be applauded. So we're going to use the energy of this month, the spirit of NaNoWriMo's past, as a tool to go deeper into our craft and into ourselves. But to do that, we have to get one thing straight, right here, right now, in this first week. We have to talk about the marathon mindset. A book in a month challenge, by its very nature, encourages a sprint mindset. It's frantic, it's chaotic, it's about word count charts and social media posts and winning. It's about high fructose corn syrup and caffeine at 2 a.m. And that's all fun, but it's also a perfect recipe for burnout, defeat, and self-loathing. By November 12th, that sprint mindset will have most writers crashing into a wall, convinced they're failures, convinced they're not real writers. But not us. Not this time. Because we're not sprinters, we're storytellers. And storytellers know that the real work is a marathon. It's a long, slow, beautiful journey. And the goal isn't to win. The goal is to endure. The goal is to build the practice. The goal is to finish the race with our souls intact. And the real goal is simply to show up. So if you're here, take a deep breath. You can put down the panic. You can let go of the overwhelm. This month, we're giving ourselves permission to do this differently. The single most important psychological shift we can make this month is to reframe the entire goal. We are not writing a first draft. A first draft implies that it's the first official version of the book, and that creates a bit of pressure. It invites our inner editor to the party, and that inner editor is a dick. It's the last person you want looking over your shoulder when you're trying to hit 1,700 words a day. So we are officially, right now, giving ourselves permission to write draft 0. Now, what is draft 0? Draft 0 is the playground. It's the compost heap. It's the secret, messy, chaotic, tell myself the story version that no one ever has to see. Draft 0 is allowed to be bad. In fact, draft 0 is supposed to be bad. It's supposed to have plot holes you can drive a truck through. It's supposed to have characters who change their names halfway through. It's supposed to have clunky dialogue and entire chapters that are just bracket, insert epic battle scene here. Now, why is this mind trick so powerful? Because it short circuits the panic. It gives you an answer to the voice that whispers, "This is crap." The answer is, of course it's crap. It's draft 0. It's supposed to be crap. Thanks for noticing. Now shush, I'm making compost. You see, the marathon mindset isn't about running fast. It's about continually putting one foot in front of the other, day after day. It's about consistency. It's about showing up. And the only way to consistently show up is to remove the crippling weight of expectation. You cannot be consistent and perfect at the same time. This month, we choose consistency. I had a mentor who used to say, you can't edit a blank page. That's our entire job this month, just to fill the page, to make the raw material, to give our editor self something to play with in January. This isn't the sculpting phase. This is the hauling the giant block of marble into the studio phase. It's heavy, sweaty, not at all glamorous work, and it's the most important part of the process. So write that sticky note and put it on your monitor. I'm writing draft 0. This is your permission slip from the universe to be messy, to be imperfect, and to have fun. This one reframe will save you from 90% of the panic this month. It's the foundation of the marathon mindset. Process over product, always. Okay, so we've reframed the goal. We're running a marathon. We're creating draft 0. We're feeling good. And then around day 3, they show up. We can be as mindful as we want, but we'll still have to face the 3 great enemies of the creative marathon. I'm not talking about time or kids or day jobs. Those are external challenges. I'm talking about the internal enemies. The first one is the loudest. Enemy number 1, the Praetor of Perfectionism. This is that voice we just talked about, but it's sneaky, insidious. It doesn't just say, this is bad. It says, this one sentence is clunky. Maybe you should fix it. And so you do. You spend 45 minutes tweaking one sentence, and at the end of your writing session, you've written 200 perfect words, and you've set yourself back most of an entire day. The mindful solution here is curiosity over judgment. When you hear that voice say, this is clunky, your job is to reply, yep, sure is, how curious, and then keep going. We do not stop the forward momentum. We are on a treasure hunt. We do not stop to polish every gold coin we find. We just put it in the bag and keep moving. Enemy number 2 is the Imperator of Imposter syndrome. This one's a bit more personal. This is the voice that says, who do you think you are? You're not a real writer. You don't have an MFA. You don't have an agent. You're just playing. You're a fraud. This one hurts because it attacks our identity. Your mindful solution here, it's action over identity. You are going to stop worrying about being a writer. You're just going to write. The identity of writer is a trap, a cage. It's a label that we either try to live up to or feel crushed by. So throw it out. For this month, you're not a noun, you're a verb. You are a person who writes. A real writer is just someone who's writing. When you're sitting at your desk putting words on the page, you are 100% a real writer. There's no other definition. The ghost of imposter syndrome cannot survive the simple physical act of moving your fingers across the keyboard or your pen across the page. Action is the antidote. And finally, enemy number 3, the Ogre of Overwhelm. This voice is the one that does the math. Now, I know ogres aren't typically good at math, but roll with me. You're 3,000 words behind. You'll have to write 2,500 words a day now to catch up. And then you have that family dinner on Saturday. You'll never make it. It's just too much. You should quit now. The mindful solution to this critter is presence over projection. This enemy lives in the future. It lives in the 50,000 word count. And you are going to gently bring your focus all the way back from 50,000, back from November 30th, back even from today's 1,700. Your job is not to write 50,000 words. It's not to write 1,700 words. Your job is to write one sentence. And then after that, your job is to write one sentence more. Bring your focus all the way down to this single present moment, to this chair, this cup of coffee, this notebook, this one sentence, And that's it. That's all you ever have to do. You just do that over and over. You can't climb a mountain in one leap. You can only take one step at a time. This is the step. And then the next one. So, we've established our mindset. We've identified our enemies. Now we need a Guidestone. We need a practical daily ritual to remind us of all this. Because in the chaos of a November morning, you're bound to forget. You'll wake up, see the laptop, and panic will set in. So we're going to create a 3-minute ritual to ground us in the marathon mindset before we open the document. This is my practice. Before I write, before I even open my notebook, I grab my coffee and I sit. I light a candle and some incense, and I ask a very simple question. I don't ask, what should I write about? I don't ask, will my writing be good today? I ask, what energy will best serve my story and my spirit today? And I pull a single rune. Okay, today it's Gebo, which means gift and stands for an equal exchange of energy in balance. Now, this doesn't necessarily tell me my plot or give me my writing prompt for the day. We have other tools for that, but it does tell me how to approach the page. It reminds me in a specific way that my job today is to nourish the story, to feed it, not to worry about pruning it, but simply to give it what it needs to grow. It's a reminder that this creative work is a form of gift giving. It means an act of energetic exchange. So instantly, my panic is gone. I'm not a writer trying to hit a word count. I'm a gardener, here to nourish my story, to give it the gift of creation, of breath, of energy. And my whole mindset has shifted. Now, what if I'd pulled, say, Ansuj reversed, blocked communications, maybe the most terrifying rune for a writer seeking flow? Is that a bad sign? No, it's a permission slip. It tells me that today the muse may be on holiday. Maybe I'm missing a message. Maybe the words won't flow as readily. But instead of fighting it and hating myself for it, my job is to write into that feeling of being blocked. What does it feel like to scream into the void? And suddenly, I have my theme for the day. This simple act grounds me. It connects me to my why. It turns a frantic, chaotic scramble into a mindful, intentional practice. It's my Guidestone. And I invite you to find yours. Whether it's runes or a tarot card, a single line of poetry, or just even 30 seconds of silence. Your goal this month is not to write a perfect novel. It's not even to achieve the book in a month challenge. Your goal is to show up, to be kind to yourself, to be curious about your own story, and to build a practice that will sustain you long after this month is over. You're not on a 30-day sprint. You're on a 30-day retreat with your own soul. The 50,000 words are just a souvenir you get to bring home with you. So take a deep breath, grab your mug, find your Guidestone, and let's begin. In the comments, I'd love to know, what's the biggest enemy? The Praetor of Perfectionism, the Imperator of Imposter Syndrome, or the Ogre of Overwhelm? What's the biggest fear you're facing in this first week? Let's talk about it. There's an old saying, to go fast, go alone. To go far, go together. We all do better when we go together. And if any of this resonated with you, if you're looking for a mindful way to approach your craft, there are 2 small things you can do. First, please like this video. That tells YouTube that this was helpful for you, and it can be shared with other writers who might need it. And second, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be walking this entire marathon together, and I'll be back next week to help us build our characters in relationship to one another. You don't have to do it alone. I'm rooting for you, Storyteller. We all are. I'll see you next week, and until then, may your story guide you well.